Hey guys, it's Started Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. So in the past couple of weeks, there's been a few updates concerning PayPal, and I just wanted to touch base with you guys on those updates today and go over them with you. The first one concerns eBay's managed payment system, and if you don't know what that is, last year in the Spring Seller Update, eBay announced they would be moving their payment system over to Adyen. They're calling it their managed payments system. They're getting away from using PayPal exclusively for their buyers to purchase their items. PayPal's contract with eBay goes through 2020, so they are moving all of the sellers over a little bit at a time in waves. Some of y'all have already been moved over, some of you haven't. The downfall for those that were moved over early or opted in, some people were given the choice to opt in early to the new managed payment system. The downfall was buyers could no longer use PayPal to purchase their items. They had to use a credit card or a debit card, and a lot of buyers did not like that. People don't like change to begin with, but so many people are used to using PayPal as an online source to pay for items. There were some sellers that felt like they were losing out on sales and losing buyers because of the new managed payment system. Last week, I believe, I'm going to show you the actual link in a minute, the blog from eBay, but I believe it was last week when they implemented Google Pay into their managed payment systems, so that gave buyers another option to use than just their credit card or debit card. They could now use Google Pay, and then this week they announced that they're rolling out PayPal. Previously, they hadn't expected to have PayPal implemented into the new managed payment systems until 2020. But all the sellers are supposed to be switched over to the new managed payment system by the end of this year, 2019. So I think that they're implementing it a little bit sooner than originally planned, just to kind of offset the fact that a lot of buyers aren't happy with not having PayPal as an option. Just like everything eBay does, they always roll it out in waves, and they do people in bunches at a time. So if you are on the new managed payment systems already, whether you were switched over or you opted in, I cannot give you a specific date when PayPal will be an option for your buyers. And eBay hasn't given a specific date either. It's just the general, we're rolling it out. And just like everything else, who knows? We still don't even have the offers to watchers on our seller hub. So you guys know that sometimes it can just take time when eBay's rolling something new out. The other announcement came from PayPal itself, and starting in May, they announced that when we as sellers give refunds or people cancel purchases with us and get a refund, we will no longer be getting our fees back. Prior to this, you would get some of your fees back, but not all of them. So if somebody purchased something from you on eBay and canceled, or they returned an item and you refunded them, you would get your 2.9% back from PayPal. And they would just keep that initial 30 cents, but you would get the 2.9% back. Now, starting in May, you're not getting any of it back. So any purchases made that you pay your 2.9% to PayPal and the 30-cent fee, you won't get that back every time you have to cancel an order or issue a refund. A lot of sellers are not happy about this. I can't say I'm jumping up and down in joy, and I can't say that Keith is either. But it is what it is. We're not happy about it, but it is what it is, and I think that once we're all switched over to eBay's new payment management system, it might help out a little bit as far as using PayPal exclusively and them keeping their fees. So no one's quite sure, what prompted this, and it's going to be hard for a lot of sellers to accept, especially small sellers and hobby sellers. And the thing is, as far as cancellations, that's kind of annoying because you get those all the time. We're going to have to come up with some kind of plan or a way to offset these fees. Maybe we all raise our prices 50 cents on every single item and hope for the best. We've already raised the prices on our items by $1 because of the USPS postal increase at the beginning of the year. But unfortunately, especially if you do a lot of volume and you have you know, our return rate's 2.8%. If you're dealing in clothing, you're going to have more returns. If you're dealing in a lot of volume, if you're getting a lot of cancellations, you can't just sit there and eat these fees up. If PayPal's not going to refund them, we're going to have to pass the cost onto our buyers, and that's an unfortunate part of business. You know, PayPal's probably keeping the fees because they're passing some sort of cost on to us, and that's just the way it works. When a business starts in seeing more cost, they have to raise their prices or do something to kind of offset that. And if PayPal's offsetting something by not refunding our fees, eventually we're going to have to offset those costs and pass them on to our buyer. As of right now, we're not going to do anything. It doesn't even take effect until May 7th, I believe. I'm going to share that with you in just a second to screen share, so we'll be able to see the exact date. But I believe it's May 7th. And, you know, if it's just one here or there and our refunds or our returns don't really go up, we may not do anything. But, again, we may. So, anyways, those are the two updates, guys. PayPal will be an option rolling out for eBay's payment management system. As far as exact dates, they don't have any. They're just going to roll it out in waves. And PayPal will now be keeping the 30 cents as well as the 2.9% fees on any refunds from PayPal to a buyer, whether it's a cancellation or a return. Now I'm going to go over to my screen and share the updates with you on the actual websites. Here we are at ebayinc.com on their blog. April 8th, 2019 was when they announced this, so that was Monday. eBay managed payments, Google Pay Live, PayPal integration complete. They're adding new payment options, offering buyers flexibility and choice. A little over 2 weeks ago, they let you know that Google Pay would be offered as a new managed payment option for buyers starting in early April. Google Pay is live, and they are already seeing a positive response from their buyers. They go on to say they've also made great progress on the integration of PayPal on the managed payments platform, and starting today, we are making PayPal available in managed payments. They say we are starting small, and in the coming weeks, we will continue to test and scale this feature to ensure a seamless and successful seller and buyer experience. Google Pay and PayPal join Apple Pay, credit cards, debit cards, and gift cards in their suite of managed payment options. They say as we continue to build out the experience and the geographics we cover, we will expand the numbers of sellers participating in managed payments and give buyers the choices they expect while shopping. And they go on to say you can always check back here for more updates and insights. ebay.com/payments is where you can go for more information. I will link this actual page in the description box for you guys. And then the other page I wanted to look at with you is this paypal.com policy update page. This page displays policy updates, informing users in advance of important changes to the PayPal service, its user agreement, or other policies. There's quite a bit of information on this page, so I would suggest that you come back on your own time when you have a spare moment or two to read through it. I'm just going to talk about the amendments to the PayPal user agreement. It says we're removing the flat rate pricing for sending money to friends and family members. They are changing the currency conversion spread to 3.25% over base exchange rate. And most importantly, and most controversially, we are changing how we treat refunds. If you refund partially or fully a transaction to a buyer or a donation to a donor, there are no fees to make the refund, but the fees you originally paid as a seller will not be returned to you. So there you have it in black and white. Again, this has a lot of information. It's a pretty big update as far as policies for PayPal. So I would recommend that you guys come and read it, and always try to stay abreast of any policy updates with eBay, PayPal, Poshmark, any platforms you use, any payment platforms you use for your business. It's always a good idea to just kind of check back in once in a while and keep up to date on the policies. Because if you didn't, you could be hit with a surprise like, why didn't I get my refund or my fees back with this refund? It's just a good idea to always stay abreast of the news as far as what we all use for our businesses. I will always do my best to keep my finger on the pulse, so to speak, and keep abreast of the news and keep you guys updated and bring you information as it comes out. And here we have the date right here. It was May 7th. I did remember that correctly. So the new changes as far as us not getting our fees back starts on May 7th. Less than a month away, guys. Alright guys, so there you have it. Like I said, I will link both of those websites down below in the description box for you. Let me know what you think in the comments, what your thoughts are about this, what your feelings are. Like this video before you leave if you would. It does help our channel. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.